how do you think strategic communication influences your psychology, the way that you think?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked this question because one of my, I guess, next task or to-dos is to really get into the psychology part of this. And so I don't have a background in psychology, but I think the one thing that intrigues me about this in total is that there is a psychology to it. And the psychology part of it starts with understanding how people react or respond to the things that you say based on their background, number one, or their experiences, number two. And so when you look at that and when you realize that, you're saying, okay, based on their background and their experiences, how do they perceive information? And if I'm talking to them with the understanding of how they perceive information, I will understand that strategically I need to use different words. Strategically, I may say things that may be a little more or a little triggering, right? And so that is the psychology behind it, is understanding people and what you need to say specifically to that group or that type of person because of their background and experience.
I think that's incredibly well put. I think we're noticing this more and more now as kind of communication opens up, that the way that we speak, especially to the particular groups we're trying to, it has to vary. You can't just do a lump sum approach. And one thing that I found really essential to your speech that I wonder if you could touch to this more or talk about this more is the empathy necessary in that, really putting yourself in the shoes of other people. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I even do this PR. My first thing is, why would they care, right? Before you speak, it's almost like, what about what I'm about to say is actually either resonating factor or something that they're going to actually care about. If you realize at some point, I'm speaking and they may not even care, this is a way that you can say, maybe I need to be adding in more of a resonating factor into what I'm about to say, or this is not the conversation for them, right? And so the empathy part of it is saying, I care about this person's time. I want to care about or speak about what this person cares about. And if I'm not doing that, how do I do it better? Or how do I just retract and pull and hold on to this conversation for someone else who would care?